Hey there, superstar. Welcome to How to Launch a Group Mastermind Business. In this video, I'm going to share with you my 8 steps to launching a successful, long-lasting group mastermind business. Now, I'm just going to dive right into this content because there's a lot of information in these 8 steps. Number 1, the first thing you want to do to launch a group mastermind business is get really clear about some foundational, fundamental elements about what you want to create with this business. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is that they immediately jump into figuring out the strategy, the marketing, the launching, all of that external stuff without really addressing first and foremost, why do you want to do this? What's the purpose of this? Why are you drawn to this model? What are you trying to achieve? So there are 3 main components to the first step, which are purpose, vision, and mission. The purpose is what is greater than you that this is serving? What is it that this is accomplishing for you from a higher level? For example, what kind of contribution is this going to make into the world? Why this particular model? Why this particular approach? Why do you want to do a group mastermind? Second is, what's the vision behind this mastermind? So often people are like, oh, I just want to scale my business, so I need to launch this mastermind so I can make some money. Well, mastermind groups are a great way to make money, but they're certainly not the easiest way. It's really helpful if you have a vision for what it is you want to create. In my opinion, the way I approach group masterminds and group coaching programs is that we're looking to create some sort of community, some sort of culture, some sort of place where people come and get uplifted and inspired. My belief and what I've seen again and again is that if you're trying to do this just to make money, it's probably not going to do very well. The masterminds that I've seen do the best, the ones that really thrive, are the ones where that person, that leader, has really fostered community and puts a lot of love and energy and attention, not only into the group, but into their own leadership. The third part of that first step is the mission. What is the value proposition of this group that you're creating? What is in it for them? So the first 2 are really about you, purpose and vision. What do you want to create from this? But this third piece is turning it around into, well, what's my mission to deliver to this person, to these people that are going to come into this program? Now, once you've decided the bigger picture about why you're doing this and what it is you want to deliver, what's that vision, that mission, the second thing to focus on is, who are you serving? Now, in some business models, it might be premature to address the who this early in the game. But I find that with a group mastermind business, the who is really the foundation of everything. Who are you serving? Who are the people that you're bringing together? See, a mastermind depends on the collective wisdom of a group. And so it really matters who's in there. It's not just about you delivering your wisdom and everybody else just sitting there and taking notes and receiving it. That's one model. But in this model, the whole point of a mastermind is that you're tapping into the collective wisdom. So that's the magic, is the group. So it matters at this juncture very early on, who are the people that you want to be working with? Who are the ideal mastermind members? And then, of course, once you've decided who those people are, what is it that they're wanting and needing that this mastermind program is going to provide? Which leads me to the second part of part 2, which is find your focus, which is, what is the value proposition? So once you know who you're serving, it becomes much easier to determine what's the value proposition for this audience. What's the outcome? Are you getting into this mastermind together to generate new ideas, to generate more revenues, to uplift and inspire each other? What's the purpose of this? What do these people want and need? So I'll give you an example. My group that I created is full of speakers, authors, coaches, and consultants. They're my superstars. And the focus of the group mastermind is to help them grow their business in a way that's aligned with their true nature, with their sole purpose on this planet. So that's the focus, and the value proposition is that we're going to accelerate their progress in these areas. We're going to help share best practices. We're going to give each other feedback, hold each other accountable. These are all the ways that the program adds value. That's the value proposition. Now, the third piece is, what's the model of the mastermind business? How are you going to structure it? How much are you going to charge for it? How often will you meet? Will people pay for their accommodations, or will you be providing those accommodations? Are you going to be meeting virtually? Are you going to be meeting in person? Are you going to have some sort of hybrid? Will you have one large group, or will you split up into smaller groups? So you want to really look back at that vision that you first came up with and think, how do I imagine this looking and being? And you might want to consider checking out other mastermind groups or working with somebody like me to learn about different ways to execute it, because there are a lot of different ways to structure a mastermind group. You can meet annually, you can meet quarterly, you can meet monthly, you can meet for 2 days at a time, you can meet for 2 hours at a time. You can do all of the above. You can have a group that meets once a year and also does a virtual once a quarter and that does a check-in once a month or whatever. And don't forget to look at how many people are you going to have? What's the price point? At this juncture, when we're looking at the model, I recommend putting together a spreadsheet and mapping out the model and projecting your revenue so you understand how this is going to look. I have a spreadsheet called the Big Back End Tracker. Actually, you know where you can get it? If you go to retreatstoRichesRoadmap.com, you can download the Retreats to Riches Roadmap, which I know it sounds like it's only about retreats, but I also give away the Big Back End revenue calculator that you can use to map out your revenues from your group coaching program. So little hack in there. Wasn't planning on giving that away, but that's what came through. Another thing you'll want to think about is, number 4, is the format. Right? Kind of addressed it already in the model, so it's kind of like numbers 3 and 4. But the format is the length of time of your meeting. Is everybody going to take a turn? How long will those turns be? What will people be bringing? What are there rules or guidelines about what they're presenting to the group? I always give people the guideline to present their problem for 2 to 3 minutes so that they get more of people's responses to their issues. But if it's their first time addressing the group, they might need a little bit longer to let people know what they're up to. The 5th thing to think about is obviously how to launch your group mastermind. Now, I get involved in a lot of mastermind launches. Almost all of my clients are launching some sort of group program or mastermind or other. And I've seen all different types of launch plans. And what I've seen work really, really well from the beginning is to hand pick and enroll your founding members. I would not put Facebook ads. I would not throw it out to your email list. I would not promote it that way first. I would come up with, my recommendation, I invite you to consider, is a list of dream members for your mastermind group, and to reach out to them, pick up the phone, text them, and hop on a conversation with them and invite them into your founding members, and make that founders group really, really important. Whether you give them some sort of added bonus or benefit, call them founding members, give them a discount, whatever it is, making sure that initial crew is really, really strong. The next thing you want to think about is enrollment into the group. Now, we talked about marketing it and asking people to come in, but specifically what I mean by enrollment is enrolling them into the guidelines and the culture and the values and the vision that you've come up with. So rather than just enrolling them in a program or a product or a service like, hey, join my mastermind, you're going to get so much out of it, what I invite you to do is really to paint the picture of the vision. Here's what I'm up to. Here's what I see for this. This is how I see this 2 years down the road, 10 years down the road. This is what I'm creating. And I want to enroll you. I want to bring you in now so that you can help create it, so you can be a part of it and get the most out of it. So enrollment in the mastermind, I think, is all about sharing your vision and also finding out what that person's vision is and seeing if those visions align. And then finally, possibly most important step of all of this is to maintain the standards of the culture. As the leader of this mastermind group, as the holder of the vision of the group, it is up to you to make sure that people meet the standards. And I cannot emphasize enough how important that is. And that having people who are a wrong fit, who are not living up to the standards, who are not contributing, whatever it is, when you've got a bad apple in your group mastermind, it really does spoil the whole bunch. And I've seen that again and again with my own experience and also witnessing all these clients do their own group mastermind programs. So highly recommend really holding a high standard and communicating those standards and letting people go when they're not a fit, and honoring that culture above any client, above any monetary considerations, really holding that vision sacred. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. I could go on and on about this for days. This is my jam. So if you are looking to launch a group mastermind business, if you are a successful speaker, author, coach, consultant, and you want to move into a more leveraged, scalable model, let's connect. You can find out more about my program at superstarbusinessbreakthrough.com.